Okay, campers, it's time to do these irregular verbs on our list. So let's start with sum esse fui futurus. Got to have those parts memorized. Sum esse fui futurus. Sum esse fui futurus. Irregular verbs are called such because they don't really belong to a conjugation. So you just have to memorize their awful irregular forms. Hooray! So, sum esse fui futurus. So, present subjunctive of sum es est sumus estis sunt would be sim sis sit simus sitis sint. Actually, subjunctive is easier. And there's no passive of this verb. The next one, facio. It's in the active, it's a regular old third IO. So she wears a diamond, so the vowels are IA. So it would be faciam, facias, faciat, faciamus, faciatis, faciant. Now, the passive of facio happens to be highly irregular. So, for example, whereas a regular third IO verb like capit in the indicative would be capitur, capitur in the passive, right? So he is capturing capit. He is being captured capitur. But facit, he is doing, or he is making, is not facitur in the passive. It has a whole weird formula. So he, she, or it is being made is this word fit. Fit. So the indicative of that passive, the weird passive, is fio, fis, fit, fimus, fitis, fiunt. Very strange, but that's how the passive of facio is. And so, but the subjunctive fortunately follows some third IO tendencies. So it would be, instead of fio, it would be fiam, fias, fiat, fiamus, fiatis, fiant. Fortunately, the compound efficio is regular. So efficiam, efficias, efficiat, efficiamus, efficiatis, efficiant. And then the passive is actually normal. Efficiar, efficiaris, efficiatur, efficiamur, efficiamini, efficiantur. Now let's go get another irregular verb. Possum, which is a compound with the verb sum, right? So the indicative of possum, potes, potest, possumus, potestis, possunt would be using that sim, si, sit thing. So possim, possis, possit, possimus, possitis, possint. And now let's go to volo, the verb to want. So the indicative, of course, is volo, vis, vult, volumus, vultis, volunt. Highly irregular. So the subjunctive is also kind of weird. So velim, velis, velit, velimus, velitis, velint. Very strange. Nolo is similar. So the indicative to not want. So nolo, non vis, non vult, nolumus, non vultis, nolunt, and then the subjunctive nolim, nolis, nolit, nolimus, nolitis, nolint. And now the verb to go. Eo, ire, evi, or just ee, two I's in a row. Isn't that funny? Eo, ire, evi. So, and itus or iturus does exist. So, present subjunctive of this word, which doesn't really follow a pattern. So, eam, eas, eat, eamus, eatis, eant. And even though the passive does exist in the third singular once in a while, itur, it's found among authors, but we're not going to need it for this exam or hardly ever in life. So let's not do that. So, eam, eas, eat, eamus, eatis, eant. And with the prefixes, you do the same thing. Exeam, exeas, exeat, exeamus, exeatis, exeant. Subeam, subeas, subeat, subeamus, subeatis, subeant. Abeam, abeas, abeat, abeamus, abeatis, abeant. And adeas, adeam, adeas, adeat, adeamus, adeatis, adeant. And that should settle all the irregulars.